Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Dave. I am Common Dave Diecast. I just wanted to thank everyone that has bought custom cards from me. In this video here, I'm going to be going over exactly how I make them and what the process is and how I make them. I make them all by hand. It's probably a lot more challenging doing it this way, but I personally like doing it this way. But for today's video, I'm gonna do a custom card for this little beetle here that I did a while ago. It's got a polished base swap as well, just some Spectra Flame green paint, a little roof rack on there from Mr. Hobbyist. If you haven't checked his stuff out, I definitely highly recommend getting some of his 3D printed stuff. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started and kind of show you guys how I do it. So my brother helped me out and got me some of these blanks made. They're about 2 millimeters thick. This is what they call chipboard. So this is what every single card will be made out of. So I'll show you how I lay it out. As you can see, I cut the page in half, a little bit easier for me to work with. I always start with the back and then I move to the front. But this is how I lay them out and mark it out. Here's the back. Got this one all applied. Now I'm gonna move on to the front. Alright, so here it is. This is basically set up to where now what I'm going to do is I got this little guy off of Amazon and it rounds the corners. You got round 4 millimeters, 7 millimeters, and 10 millimeters. I like to use this 4 millimeter. So I'll show you how that works. So as you can see, gives you a nice round corner. Okay, so there you go. All the corners are rounded. And now what I do is I go through and I take a little bit of sandpaper and I just kind of sand the edges. Kind of gives it that nice, smooth look. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then we'll attach the blister. But you can see the little white outline it's got now. I very much like the way that looks. It gives it a really nice finish, I think. Front and back look pretty good. So, but yeah, I'll show you how I attach that blister. So what I like to do Let me get you guys a little closer here. Okay, so the way I like to attach these blisters, and it may be different because some of them are the molded 83 blisters. When I do one of my customs, I actually like to have them facing left. It's just kind of something I like to do. Just kind of shows, you know, that it's a custom. It's just kind of something I like. So, but anyways, what I do is I lay the car on the card. I try to get it to balance. Some castings obviously are hard. Now the 83 casting is super easy to get it. You know, it's got that flat side on it, so that's how it does. So here's my blister. I just try to make sure there's no gunk or anything inside of it when I seal it up. I like to use this Elmer's clear glue. You can pick this up just about any store, I would assume. But let's apply it, and I'll kind of show you how I do that. Alright, so I got my glue on there. You see it's kind of excessive. I did that purposely, and that's because I like to try to cover as much of the area on the blister as possible. I just got a regular toothpick here, and I like to spread it out. Just kind of roll this toothpick as you do. I also like to keep a paper towel handy just to wipe off the excess. So, but again, just go through and kind of spread that glue out so you got like a thin layer all the way around it. Got a decent thin layer there. You can see it. Just try to scrape off the excess so you don't got any huge globs. Slide the card back over here. But you just, before you seal it up, you want to make sure you don't have any excess dust or buildup on your casting or anything like that. And I just take my blister, go right around that casting very gently. Try to get it lined up, and I plop her on there. So you do have a little bit of adjustment in here. You can move it just a little bit, straighten it up if you got to. That's how I do it. And then you're going to want to put pressure. You're going to want to put pressure on that blister. A couple different things you can do for that. You know, just set a couple things on there. Just use some paints or whatever you got just to keep some pressure on it. You can also use these little clips. They clip around the edges. You can do that. Obviously, you're going to need pressure at the top. But that's my overall look. Obviously, you're going to want to leave that set up for 24 hours. But I'll continue making as many designs as everybody wants or requests. Go ahead and hit me up. Again, this is Dave with Common Dave Diecast, signing out.